everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing my new upgraded Outsee trekking poles. Please click like and subscribe to join my hiking family. Outsee sent me their new upgraded trekking poles a few months ago, and I've since put 150 miles on them on Florida trails to see what they're capable of. My first pair has served me well, and it is still a great backup pair. It's a pair that I loan out to people. They're great. I love my Outsee trekking poles. I did mention in my first video that occasionally my original trekking poles from Outsee will experience a failure where they do collapse a little bit. However, I did mention that I did not believe it to be manufacturer defect, because on my first section hike of the AT, I got a pretty bad knee injury, and for 40 miles of that trip, they wound up taking all of my weight. So I said I believed they were just experiencing fatigue. They still work. It's just an occasional thing where they will occasionally collapse. So I have put myself in situations where I have needed to use these, walking on rougher terrain that's slightly off the trail. It's hard to find difficult terrain in Florida, but I managed. And I did find a few times where I did need my poles. These poles hold up very well. The shock absorption is great. They're even sturdier than my original Outsee trekking poles. And since then, in 150 miles, I have not experienced one failure with these poles. So that just backs up my statement and my belief that the failure I was experiencing with my original Outsee trekking poles were from fatigue, from the abuse they had to take to keep me on the trail to finish my trip. These have not failed me once. So again, it was not manufacturer defect. It was just from prolonged abuse taking all of my weight on that trail. So I do believe in Outsee trekking poles. They'll be the only poles that I buy to specifically use. Now, I have tried other poles just to get experience with them, but I like my Outsees. Like my original Outsee trekking poles, these are a twist lock system, which means with a simple twist of the wrist, you unlock it and you can draw it out to extend it at one of the graduated markings. Or if they don't work for you, you can make your own markings so that you have the comfort of your customized length every time. On my original set, both extensions were graduated. This one is only graduated up here, which I actually find to be somewhat easier. You don't have to remember anything. I just stop this one at the top of the stop sign and put it at 125 centimeters. Now, what you want with a trekking pole is when you have it planted, you want your forearm to be perpendicular with the ground. That's how most people find it to be the most comfortable. When I'm on the AT, I do shorten them a little bit because you spend a lot of time uphill. And then when you're going downhill, you can put your palm on top. Because when you're going down a mountain, you generally plant both poles in front of you before taking that next step, or at least I do. Like my original, it has an adjustable strap that adjusts with a simple pull of this tab. So you can make this as tight or as loose as you want it to be for, again, your comfort. Also, like my originals, they come with a rubber tip and a mud basket. Now, hiking in Florida, with the swamps that my trails can be, I always have my mud baskets on. It also has the carbide tip that my original has, but it's actually even more aggressive looking to get better purchase on rocks. Mine are still pristine, because in Florida, I generally never take the rubber tips off. They also come with snow baskets and a Nordic walking foot, which I assume is just an expanded version of the rubber tip. I've shown pictures here, but I've never used them, so I'm not exactly sure of what their use is. Do you know what the use of the Nordic walking foot is, or how it is superior or different from the typical rubber tip? Leave a comment below and let me know. I'd appreciate it. So this has been my review of my new upgraded Outsee trekking poles. For the money, I don't think these poles can be beat. They're comfortable, they're strong, they're durable. The shock absorption system makes for a more pleasant hike, and they help reduce injury when those moments come along where you need to use them to catch yourself from a stumble or a fall. So I love these poles. Do you have a pair of Outsee trekking poles you've used for a while? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the trail. Be sure to visit trailnameace.com to find links to products I've reviewed. Thanks for watching, and keep hiking!